You're kind
and
of
he's
friends
the
with him, right? Who's he fighting? Is he fighting Dominic Cruz or is he fighting Frankie Edgar?
oh man. I think from what I know of him, what we've talked about, he's really after those legends. He wants to slay every legend that's been out there. Jose Aldo was a big one, a big legend. That's someone that he really wanted, but unfortunately, he couldn't get him. Dominic Cruz was a legend too.
Mm-hmm.
Now Cruz was the man for a while,
Yeah.
and now Henry holds that belt, and so I think he might want to stop there, take out Cruz, but Frankie, I think Frankie's the biggest name that he really wants because Frankie was so dominant for so long.
Mm.
So I think he would like to do a main event type situation.
That's something you'd ever sign up for?
Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Two paychecks in one night? A lot of you guys would sign up
absolutely.
for it, huh?
So it works for people like Henry and I because we're used to running off 6 matches in one tournament. Sometimes, you go to Fargo, those kids might have 10 matches
Yeah.
in a tournament. So it works good for us. We're used to that. We're used to being able to run off one and then jump into another one. So, that multiple fights in one night format, that works really, really well for wrestlers like us.
Yeah. Well, hey man, I'm being told to wrap, but I got to ask you. I mean, I asked Henry the same thing. You've been texting Dana White. You've been texting the UFC executives. You've been asking where Fight Island is. I mean, what's the latest? Give me some info.
Well, they're not going to reveal that. I have a pretty good idea, but they're not going to reveal that to anybody else. I mean, you saw the mistake they just made. They revealed the location for the last 249, and all of a sudden, boom, event shut down.
Mm-hmm.
And that was all ago. I know Dana was really, really amped about that. He worked very hard to put that thing together. And then last minute, it's something serious when you get a call from above like that to say, hey, you know what? Yeah, we're going to shut it down.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think this is something that they're going to keep private until they're planing all the guys out there. Guys just going to show up. They might blindfold everybody and then get them all over there to the island. And then guys get out and, hey, scrap, go home.
Dude, what is it like being a fighter, especially a UFC champion right now, and knowing that? I mean, it's kind of like if they get the green light, then they want to put together a strong card, and who knows, you might get a phone call saying, "Hey, would you want to do this? Would you want to do that?" I mean, but at the same time, you might not get a phone call, and even if they tell you, "Hey, we're lining up a fight for you in 2 weeks," the 2 weeks might come by, and then the fight gets canceled. I mean, you almost got to make a choice, right? Like, I'm going to just chill and say I'm not available, or I'm going to try and stay ready during this whole thing. Is that kind of where you're at?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's tough. It's tough, especially for those guys that were preparing already to fight. It's very tough. But for someone like me, I fought 3 months ago now. I think almost 4 months now.
Yeah.
We're in April. Yeah, 4 months now. Wow, time's flying. Yeah, I mean, it works well for guys like myself. Like, we're always training. I'm always getting in a workout here, whether once a day, 2 days. I'm always doing something. So that makes it easier to be able to make that switch to say, hey, I can go in 3 weeks like I previously just did. And I was all in. I was getting it in once a day, and then all of a sudden I'm like, hey, I can do that in 3 weeks. Boom, I got in the gym. I started to get that shape back right away. But just like you said, all of a sudden, boom, fight fell out. Didn't work out. So I think you have to kind of stay ready in a sense. But, at the top of the game, when you're continuously training at that peak level, you basically just tearing your body up if you don't have a fight. And so you kind of have to find the happy medium. But, I have faith that, Dana White and these guys are working very hard, and they're going to get the ball rolling here soon.
Do you see any situation in which, I mean, it just seems like anything is possible, and if they get a green light, like they're willing to get creative, put together any type of fight. Like, what percentage chance would you say that Jorge is your next opponent? 100%? Are we at 99%? What percentage would it be? 30%?
We're at 100%. We are at 100%. This is the guy that like I've said it over and over again. Anything you say about me to me can and will be used against you. And he has just stepped over that line to where it's 100%. That's the fight that I want. That's the fight that makes sense. That is the next victim. And look what they just pulled. I mean, look at the situation they just pulled. You ran all your mouth. You ran your mouth. You said you wanted to fight. All right, let's do it. Then all of a sudden, oh, it wasn't working out for you. It wasn't working out for you, so you pulled out of the fight. So, it sucks, but it is what it is. He, for sure, has won a date with me. He's got a golden ticket with his name on it. He's won a date. That's the next guy that I'm going to step inside that octagon and put my hands on.
If you had a preference, would you like to go to Fight Island, or you're like, you know what, Fight Island sounds cool?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. My Jill, like I said, I want to fight him in an empty arena.
That's right.
I really want to fight him in an empty arena. And I know they tweeted and made a big deal about when he was called Ponytail back in the day. I guess that was his nickname, Ponytail, when he was fighting in backyard. It is what it is, but I want to see how he's gonna react stepping inside the cage with me when there's no fans around.
Mm-hmm.
There's no one to scream, no one to cheer for him. Just him getting pummeled, taken down, dropped on his neck, dropped on his head. I might suplex him a couple times. I mean, Ruslan Khabilov did all kinds of stuff to him, so I might just reenact that, So, absolutely, that Fight Island sounds good.
Yeah.
As long as it's, it doesn't matter if there's people there. If there's nobody there, it doesn't matter. I get the same paycheck beating people up.
Yep, there you go. Hey, one last question before we let you go. Why are you never wearing a shirt in these? I don't know if you saw that Tyron with it today.
Hey,
you're never wearing a shirt.
I'm in my house. It's sunny South Florida. Why need to wear a shirt? It's 85 degrees. What, Alexa? What's the temperature outside?
Right now, it's 83 degrees Fahrenheit.
All right.
It's 83.
All right.
I mean, Brett. Let's be honest, Brett. If you, this is off season right here, Brett. This off season.
Bro, how do you know I don't look like that underneath this?
I didn't say you don't look like that. I'm just saying this off season for me. I'm still chiseled like this. So why put a shirt on?
Dude, never put it on. Never put it on.
Nah.
You're getting to be known as the guy who never wears a shirt.
Take your shirt off, Brett. You in your house.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.